that camera?
Is it my episode, Joe?
I think so.
Because it's the special episode. Can you hear me good?
Well, to
The Everyman Guys. I'm Jim.
I'm Will.
And this is episode 20 of The Everyman Guys.
It is. You can tell it's
And
episode 20
you can
by the
because
number that it is.
And also, there's a 2 and a 0 in the name. It's crazy.
That is
I
very
know.
true.
It's insane. But what we have here today.
Wait. Why are the
cameras
camera
different?
over there?
I don't know.
It's usually right there.
Right in front of us. But
It's
this is
over-
not now. Is this going to be normal?
I think there's a reason why. There has to be. It's not
know.
like we just did it for no reason.
Perhaps.
Oh,
Or maybe
wait. There.
Jake and Ian are on the show.
That's Jacob Scheibel and that's Ian Scheibel.
Ian Scheibel, brothers-at-law.
Oh my gosh.
In-law.
Nephews
Brothers-of-law.
Nephews at brother of law.
Friend of the uncle of the nephews.
Of the nephew of the
Bearing
friends.
Straight. Hi, guys.
Welcome to the
show. Come
This is
on.
exciting.
How are you? How are you? How you doing?
I am very good right now. Beyond good.
Beyond good.
Tell us
Tell us every second of your life.
All right. We'll start with Ian because Ian is eldest of such of nine.
Such them. I'm gonna adjust real fast before you go. I'm gonna adjust the levels on our recorder.
I spit so much.
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, you're
We're
excessively
real loud now, right?
Actually,
Real loud.
I would
We're working
argue
on
that
it.
it's too loud.
Too loud. I agree.
Maybe even less than that. Maybe even less. Right there. That's,
Right there works.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
we're good. I hear myself really loud though. That's weird.
So, Ian,
Yeah.
eldest of thine.
Eldest of thine.
Jacob, younger than eldest of thine,
But
But
second
still
oldest.
older than the rest.
but still older than the rest. That's a good point.
They're fitting right in.
So, we're gonna have like a nice bonding moment with the
For you.
camera.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Ian and
Yes.
Jake have been uber supportive and helpful
Uber.
in making
Not
of
Lyft,
short
Uber.
films. Ian, right there, that guy was the star of Wake Up Call.
Yes,
which
which
was
you've
our
seen.
contest.
Yes.
If you
Jake
haven't seen
was
that,
a
we
star
should
of
post
his-
that on the Everyman guys. Because there's no reason we can't.
There's no reason at all.
So
Not one reason.
so-
Not even one.
yeah, they have been helping us with our short films for a long time now.
Since about 2021.
so
through 2 years.
We
Three-
kind of
2
want
years.
to. I feel
2
like
years. 2
I feel like
years.
it's a good time to like talk about like the filmmaking
the filmmaking that we've
Because-
been through.
because we're starting a new journey with the podcast.
I think we should start there.
With the new journey of the podcast.
Journey.
Journey's my dog.
And she's upstairs throwing a fit that she's not down here.
So
Well, I have notes. As you guys know, I do notes.
right, because he's a
And while I pull those
note
notes
kinda
up,
guy.
tell us about yourselves. Jake, you go second. Ian, you go first.
But you can go first though, not you go second after him.
Where do you want me to start? Like
Age,
Just your relationship with us.
age.
age 17,
Jake,
age 15.
I feel like we're like doing like an arrest warrant or something.
Doing an arrest warrant. You know a lot about the law.
You know, the CIA and stuff.
If you want to know about the law and you have a court case pending, watch our last episode. We give you some good advice.
So guys,
I will be honest, I missed the last one.
We haven't posted it yet, as
All
of
right,
right
well,
now.
then good.
Yeah.
so
So you missed the last two at this
so
point.
yeah, we're making some adjustments. So episode 20 was going to be a big episode because
It is a big episode.
bring him in, Jim. This is technically your episode.
This is my episode.
You
Is
got
it?
this.
Is it my
You got
episode?
this. Bring him
Okay,
in.
we have Jake and Ian here because we have been discussions have taken place
Mm-hmm.
since Wednesday of last week. It's almost a week from now that we had this discussion, right? We decided we are going to like pump the brakes, not just pump them, fully press, fully press the brakes
Yeah.
on our short film endeavors for right now. So what I came up with, what I was saying to the boys and to Will, I said it to Will first, and then I said to the boys, was that I think we can really focus on this podcast and this show. We want to make it a show, and we want to do skits, and we want to do which, like the beginning of this episode, skits. Mm-hmm. Right? Wasn't that fun?
That was right.
When we did that? Yeah. We haven't done it yet. But
Right back there.
yeah,
Right there.
Right there. Back to the other things. Why? There's an alarm about the water in Philly.
Because
why
tap
don't you
water
shut
is
it?
dangerous now.
There's still vibrating. So we discussed that we are going to take a break and we're going to focus on this podcast. We're going to focus on this show. We're going to bring Jake and Ian into the fold. They're going to be on the podcast a lot. Not every episode, but a lot. They're going to be helping out as best they can. They're good. They've already helped us an unbelievable amount throughout the years, just doing our short films, doing our creative endeavors.
The one that we talk about
we're
all the time.
still releasing that. UR2 will be our release. Mm-hmm. We are releasing UR2 in probably May. I would say probably May, late April, May, and then we're going to fully focus on this. We had a short baseball short planned, part of a baseball short filmed. We're going to kind of repackage that into skits on the show. We had a POV short film we've talked about.
We're still kind of on the fence with that.
We're kind of on the fence with it. We're leaning towards maybe not because we're just not as passionate about the POV style. We really need to talk about it.
We need to focus on what we're passionate about.
What we're passionate about.
Not just
right now. That's bringing quality podcasting to, well, no one, because we haven't really done quality.
The 50 of you that subscribe.
That's the 50 of you that subscribe. We are very thankful to you guys, and you guys are have been great in keeping up with the views, and we only want to grow this. So we wish to grow it stronger and into more of a show. I mean, we're still going to do podcast form.
Yeah.
But more of like a show with skits and more guests and a bigger space of recording and all that kind of jazz. So what I would like to do is, Will, how are you feeling about this new direction?
Not great.
Me and Will actually are not doing this together.
I am feeling that I can't see with this hat on. So what I'm gonna do
is adjust. We can just cut to their camera, their feed, so that we don't see this. You guys,
be really entertaining for like the next 10,
15, 82
It's so hard to
seconds.
be entertaining when we're just sitting.
I know.
It is. I know. See how hard it is for us, but we
I'll
do
just
it
say, like,
every
when you guys
week.
would say it on a short film, we could just mess around, but now we can't.
That's true. We can't mess around on this. There is no messing around.
We didn't even cut there because I would just boom, my hat's off. That's crazy.
He lied. It's been off for 20 minutes.
My thoughts are that I don't feel that we're actually, and you guys can chime in on this if you want, because like they're on the episode.
We're gonna ask their opinion.
Yeah,
and we're gonna get.
I don't feel that we're pumping the brakes on anything. I feel like we're
shifting.
We're shifting and pressing the gas on one thing.
Yeah.
Because we're not stopping the films. Like we're not done doing filmmaking. And stuff like that.
We're just compartmentalizing, I think, right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're working on one thing right now so that we can be better at doing both of them at the same time. Yeah. Jake and Ian, you guys have filmed with us every time we filmed. I would like to know how you guys feel about this. What is your excitement level versus your disappointment level? What are you thinking? What do you feel?
And if you say good, I promise you I'm going to come over there and rip your heads off.
I will karate chop you in the neck,
I'll
son.
be completely honest.
Yes.
When you guys FaceTime and said we were done, like...
you could have started it a little better. Probably.
I totally agree.
Honestly, like... I was like almost mad. I honestly was almost mad.
Well, that's why like Jim was like when he called me.
I was like,
he's
listen.
like, listen, and I was like, okay. But anyway, keep going.
I mean, being able to be on here though, and still whatever. Like I enjoy being on camera and stuff. Like not to be weird, but like it is fun to be filmed and stuff. So I like. I don't know. Being on the podcast makes it a whole different thing than just not short filming. Like,
I feel like the podcast like is almost like we explained it, like a funnel for every idea or like cool skit that we have.
Yep.
To where it's like we have the opportunity to kind of like, even if it's like a 5-second thing, we
Yeah.
have that funnel to
Because-
kind of still do those short skits.
Yeah,
Because-
and it's like a little bit of everything going into one. Like
Exactly.
how you were just saying, it's
Exactly.
putting the gas on one thing, but adding stuff into it from other things, from our baseball, from UR2, whatever.
Exactly, because like UR2 started as an idea.
Yeah.
It started as like obviously it started as an idea, but it
We
started
talk
as
about
like
UR2 so much, man, so we got to show it. At some
yeah,
point.
exactly. It started as like a small skit, and then it became bigger because we were like, oh well, we can't just do a 50.
Exactly.
But now we're like, well, we have the platform now to do short form stuff. So it's like, okay, so now
Yeah, why would we not do that?
why would we not, like when we were filming UR2, we had so many times we were like, oh, I have this idea, it'd be really cool. Not to spoil anything for UR2, but your little karate thing on the table,
yeah.
it's hilarious. Imagine that
And
just as like
I
a
thought
skit.
of that myself.
Exactly.
I didn't tell any of you guys.
So
Yeah.
funneling your guys' creativity, our creativity together into these small skits, like it's gonna be so much fun. We could do instead of doing like 60 different locations and being like, okay, well, where do we go and how do we do this and is this illegal?
Yeah.
We have one location to shoot one thing, and
the
it
thing
goes
is-
into something that we're building. Like that's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
And the thing is like you and I particularly have had the discussion so many times, like, and you guys know, like, we're not feature film ready.
No,
Like
yeah,
UR2
yeah.
was like pretty much like a feature film.
Yeah.
I mean, watching it back, it's not as long as we expected.
Right.
But I just mean like if you film something for that long and like you're
Two
doing like
years.
13 takes on
Yeah.
a one shot and you're spending like 2 hours on it, like that's like a feature film. So
Yeah.
like we know that our best thing is short films and like skits and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and we want to do that anyway.
exactly. And how many times we've taken so much time on a skit or on like a scene and been like, okay, let's nail this time. You know what I mean? And then we now are like so excited. It's like, but that's not it because we have to do that 67 more times to get a complete. Now we can do that and get like, and we can build our base. We can build our knowledge base on how to shoot things, how to act, how to do different things, how I can write it better, all that stuff. So now it's just becoming way more fluent. I
Yeah,
think.
and even with the long stuff, like how much stuff did we do that we just completely wiped
That
out?
would
Like,
exactly
So much.
completely
like
worthless.
So much.
The first idea, maybe the whole idea
Is gone.
feels like it was just gone.
Yeah, like you know what I
You
thought
said
of the
that
other
you
day.
couldn't even recognize UR2 from when we started.
I know.
To be completely honest with you, I forget the first idea. Like,
Yeah, it was a
Little
lot.
bit.
Well, I mean, that wasn't even the first idea. That was like the third idea
Yeah.
when we finally started shooting. But even like when we were in the woods that time and you were sitting on the bench with Trev,
yeah.
and we had like, oh, what if he like, you know, he disappears, but like you're looking for him and then he peeks around the tree. Oh no, it's just over here. Like,
Yeah.
like that could be just be a skit. Like we could just do like a 2-minute skit where that's the punchline and
And
that's
it's
the
so
funny part.
easy to find like this is what I want to happen. It's so easy to get to that in like
Yeah,
a
exactly.
minute or
Exactly.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
Where it was like now it was just everything had to go with the story, and it was just like we had no experience,
Yep.
and it was like we did Wake Up Call after that and gained a lot of experience from that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, that would have been nice to have.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like doing that.
This is episode 20. We've done like an hour each. So we've done about 2 hours of content each week since January. On YouTube, as far as our short films, we've released 6 minutes. You know what I mean? And like, so this is I feel like this is just a better outlet for our ideas right now. And like we said, so I said about like the end of the year, we look at it, okay, where are we at, what we're doing, and we can decide, we can rethink it and
Yeah.
maybe go in a different direction or keep going this direction. We have time to go in this. I think it opens us up way better.
Yeah.
What I'm really excited to hear is Jake and Ian. How's it feel to be on the pod? You watched us, or you claim. We should do some quizzes.
Oh,
How many times have we played Would You Rather?
I already told Will just privately. I said I would rather be 11 feet tall than 9 inches.
He
Yes.
did
So they did
listen.
listen.
There was
Yeah.
something else that we said the other time we were here, but I forget what it was.
Oh boy. So yeah, that's
Yes, we have watched.
they've
But-
watched.
Um,
That's the exciting part is they know our show
Yeah.
just from the outside. Now we're introducing them to being on it.
I was gonna say we could talk about Wake Up Call.
what it was like shooting wake up
Yeah.
call.
We could
Which
talk
time?
about that. Well, there you go. That's the first. That's the lead in, I guess.
I feel like
I
you
want to hear
guys.
it from their perspective.
I agree. I feel like you guys have heard us talk about wake up call and Your to a ton. Let's hear it from the actor's perspective and the sound guy's perspective and the
What was like?
actors, sound guys,
Boom
and
mic guy.
boom mic.
What do you remember the most about Wake Up Call? Should we post Wake Up Call on the Everyman guys?
Yeah,
Yes. All right. So you will be able to watch that.
we'll post it next Monday after this comes out.
Yes. I was gonna say. I was just trying to figure out when this was gonna go.
Yeah.
But, so what was like the
coming out
best
Friday.
part? What do you remember? Like instantly when you think of Wake Up Call, like what do you go to?
What I think of as most is how much time we spent on that. We spent an entire 4 hours on a Friday night.
And then
And
the next like Tuesday or something.
it was whatever, little bit after that. And then we came back and reshot some because we didn't
Yeah.
have good
We
lighting
shot
or whatever.
more than just some.
Most
I think.
of it.
Like, we
I
shot-
think we shot
we
the whole
shot
pretty
thing.
much all of it.
All of it, yeah. The lighting was a little bit off in our first attempt. That was after, right? That was after the Phillies. After the Phillies, and
Yeah.
Well,
Cardinals.
we came
Cardinals.
the
Yeah.
Phillies Cardinals first game of the wild card and shot
Uh-huh.
that night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
And then
the
you
game.
came back the next day, or was it that next Tuesday?
No, it
I
was
think.
definitely the next week.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely next week.
But I remember. Remember, I was climbing out, and I hit my leg.
Oh, yeah.
We were ready to film.
Yeah,
It was probably covered this big.
Ready to film.
And
Yeah.
it bled for
It
like,
was like a
10
gash
minutes.
Was it
in my knee.
Was that the second time?
Yeah, I think so.
was the
Because that
second-
was when we had the
yeah.
light.
Paula
out on
was
the
there
roof.
shooting from
Yeah, Paula
yeah.
did all the behind
so
the scenes.
the first time. And I don't remember her being there. I wasn't sure when that was, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
the second time. I literally like, Will, you're bleeding. He's like, no, it's not that bad. Just give me some paper towel. I give him some paper towel.
Wipe
Literally,
it off,
Can you
and it
give
was
me
just,
some,
like,
some more
covered in
paper
blood.
towel?
Yeah, it was like a-
I'm like, let's just
it was
take
like
a
a
break
ball.
and like figure out this cut situation.
It was like we had just gotten ready. You were
Uh-huh.
out in the hallway,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
Ian was like set up, ready to do his scene,
Yep.
and it was like,
And then from then on, I was the person out on the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jake was back and forth.
but that was I think. What did you gain from Wake Up Call? Like, if that makes sense. Because do you want me to lead off with why I'm asking this? Is because why
He's
I'm
just gonna-
asking
he's just gonna
is
explain it.
I'm like whether you want me to or not, I'm gonna go. But why I'm asking is because like lighting, like that was something that we never did,
Yeah.
and as a cinematographer, that's my job to know that, and we've always done stuff outside so that we didn't have to worry about lighting.
Right.
But doing it with Wake Up Call, where we knew we only had like a limited amount of time and stuff like that, and it was just like we had the time
Yeah.
to set it up perfectly.
Yeah.
It was like I feel like lighting, and then watching it back was hugely beneficial because it was
Definitely.
just so easy to tell what you could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, watching it over and over, I can see several different spots where we could have improved. Like, just
Yeah.
like the actual like
Like do you
idea
have, like,
or whatever.
yeah.
Like, just like the ending, I just wasn't a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I feel like at
the issue
costume
with that's what I think the biggest
stuff
issue
was,
we
like, could have
had
been better.
with your two was Jake and Ian are always incredible, but like we have no budget for like you know what I mean. Like other people in the contest had special effects, had like costuming and all that stuff. We really didn't have that. Like again, we shot it in 2 nights, and both of those nights were full shoots. We shot the whole thing both nights,
Yeah.
so it wasn't like we took you know what I mean. So it was like the ending. It was like so. There's so little possibilities of where we could take that without it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without that kind of stuff.
How many of those companies had to put their dogs down the base?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
How many times did their dog come bursting through the door and scare the pants off of them?
But it's
Oh, that was.
what do you feel like you learned, Jim, from shooting it?
I learned that I think that our best work is done when we all sit together and we talk about it and we discuss it and we have like I usually come up with a base plan and we usually, you know, go off of that. But when ideas are flowing out there like back and forth, I feel like I pick up a lot of like what you guys are feeling and how you guys interpret certain things. So like it's way easier to formulate.
Yeah.
So like when we were doing UR2, a lot of why it changed was because you would say something or Trev would say something or Jake or Ian would be like, well, like, what if we did this? Or like, and I'd be like, yeah. And I wrote it all by myself. And then it's like, oh, well, these ideas are, one, more doable, and two, could lead to, something more funny or something, to more natural. Like they were like, actor wise, they were pointing out stuff that was like, oh, well, I would say it this way, like writing wise. So I think with Wake Up Call, what I learned was simplicity, but also like sticking to your genre. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it was kind of like we were a few times we were like, well, should we add something here? It's like, let's stick to being scary. And I think what ultimately Ian just said about like him not liking the ending, I think the ending wasn't scary enough.
Yeah, that's,
And I think that's the issue.
I just don't think it was like, I don't know.
It was just hard to be like, I think it was confusing because it was like Ian's in front of him, but Ian was on the ground. And Ian
also, I was the
and
person who jumped at him. Like
in the first
that's one
place,
thing I didn't understand.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was confusing, but we did what we could, and
at the same time,
we didn't have 6 actors to be able to perform. You know what I mean? So it's like we're limited to the 2 guys we found.
Understanding of ourselves,
Exactly.
of like what we were capable of. It wasn't like we were like, oh, we failed.
Yeah.
It was like literally the host messaged me and said that we like just missed the top 25 of like 300 plus.
Yeah.
Like short films that were entered.
I mean, we just blamed Jake and moved on. Like,
it was
all you can do.
like, it's your fault.
But
no, but just banking off of what you said, and like you guys know about having a plan and like us all getting together to talk about it. Like, remember that one time when we were shooting, we were gonna shoot for UR2 and something didn't work out, and we all went in your kitchen and made a game plan. Like a schedule.
And while we were doing that, me and Will realized that we had miscommunicated our plans on the weekend.
I remember that.
It was just a like literally stopped dead in our tracks. We were planning our UR2 schedule.
I think that was
It was for his birthday last year. Because
Yeah,
we were supposed to go out for dinner on Thursday, and I was like, and I'm like, I'm busy Thursday. He's like, definitely.
I remember
We're obviously busy on Thursday. We're going out for my birthday, and I'm like, no, me and Noom are busy. We're going somewhere else. No, we talked about this. No, we did not.
I was actually just like, I just redid my room and I found that paper up in my dresser.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I still have it all.
Yeah, that schedule was stuck to stringently.
And
It wasn't.
And the thing is
What was that with my mic?
kind of banking off of what we were saying also about like learning. The thing is there's so many things that we weren't good at that now we're going to be doing those little things that we're not good at. We can do them.
Yep.
Like say a 30-second skit
Yeah.
of an ending scene that we think just looks really cool or could be funny. We're going to have the opportunity to do that. And that'll kind of get us better at making, say, longer form media.
Right.
And like every short film, most feature films, not most, but there's a lot of feature films that started out as short films and then they got funding and turned it into a feature film.
Yeah. I also like the amount of people that like I want to be in like involved acting wise, like you two obviously, but like I've had, we had a few people lined up for a baseball short film, a few extra people. So it's like now we can do that and integrate them into small skits. And it's like so much less stressful, so much easier to integrate them and to be like, you're just doing this one thing. It's super small and it's super, you know what I mean? Like, and also like say we get this going, we get this rolling, we get skits, we turn this into a show. We start turning this into our everyday job, right? Which is our plan, which is our hope.
It's the goal.
It's the goal. Is then we have more time to focus fully on this and our short films, because right now like we work 5 days a week. During the winter it's impossible to film unless we're doing everything dark or in a
Or
house.
inside.
Lighting.
And that's where the problem
And that's
comes in.
literally been none of our short films except Wake Up Call.
Or we're outside in shorts and short sleeve at like
in the
negative.
winter
January.
to keep it authentic.
But the good thing is that we cut that part out. So
Yeah, that entire 50
at least it
minutes,
was all for nothing.
15-minute scene that we took about 2 hours to film in unbelievably cold weather with Jake and Ian in shorts. We cut all that. I think this is going to open us up to being way more open to all ideas, way more flexible in how we shoot, how we film, and I just think I'm really excited.
we already are a team
Yes.
on
Yeah.
every project that we do. So it's like
What
this is another project.
What
Why
this
is it
really
not the same?
is we want you guys to be a part of this when it gets bigger. When it hopefully,
Yeah.
Lord willing, gets bigger.
Yeah.
You guys share, like, subscribe, comment.
Share it with the person that doesn't know.
Come on. We want you guys to be a part of it because we love working with you guys. And it's so funny. Like we were literally on exactly.
That was for the share.
Exactly. We were on the way here, and Ian showed me a picture of him from 2020. I don't even know who the
year we started, you are too.
Dude, legitimately unrecognizable
Yeah, I know.
to what he is now. And then I showed them a picture of me from 2020. And they're like, literally did not even comprehend that was me in 2020. And
I thought he was still in school.
Exactly. And I was 20 at the time. So not in school. I'm not that bad at school. But like how far we've come from UR2, how far we've come from the beginning of this to this now, which we're like, you know how UR2 every couple of weeks we shot. We'd have to re-explain to each other why we were committed and like rejuvenate ourselves. We have
I
not
have
had
something to say about that.
We have not had to do that once.
Here's what I have to say about that is that when you and I had talked about, we're like, okay, we want to take the podcast to like the next level.
Right.
The next level. Instantly I thought, I was like, okay, ever since I got into photography and videography, it was like, oh, I want to do YouTube. Like that's what I really want to do. And so I guess I never like fully like understood that like you and I had already we're doing it currently right now.
Right.
And like 50
We're
subscribers, who
YouTubes.
cares? But on our end, we're thriving right now, thankfully.
Exactly.
And also like starting the 75 hard and doing the podcast consistently just tells me that like the time is going to fly by. We're at 20 episodes
Already.
The time is going to fly by. And if we're committed each week, we're going to get to that end goal. Not that there is really an end goal, but I just mean like we're going to get to where we want to be. It's just going to happen because we're just consistent. Like we're at 20 episodes.
Exactly.
Like
And
we just
Lord
talked about
willing,
doing
and-
this in January.
Exactly. We literally were out to lunch or to brunch, I guess we'll call it. It
Yeah.
was like 10 o'clock, 10:30. That's brunch, right? We'll call that brunch. We'll all agree that that's
I don't
brunch.
even
Hold
know
on.
what brunch
Let's
is.
don't rush it.
Well,
Okay,
it's
Jake,
between
is
breakfast
it
and
brunch?
I understand
It's
that.
brunch.
It
It's
is?
brunch.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
10:30 is brunch.
I just know it's between lunch. I mean, are we even up at this?
I mean, I got out of bed at
They've
1:30
never had
last
brunch in their
Saturday.
life.
Right.
Yeah, we
So-
don't even know what breakfast is.
So, yeah, they're more acquainted with brunch. So comment. Tell me when brunch is. So we were out to brunch.
Yeah.
Breakfast lunch. Whatever it is. And we were like talking. I wanted to do a Phillies podcast last year. I wanted to do a star. I was like, couldn't really do it. I didn't really like the idea of just me and me.
Yeah.
And I've been saying to Will about a podcast for like years. He's like, oh, it'd be cool to do a podcast. He's like, oh, let's do some short films and then we'll do a podcast. Well, we decided that we did enough short films, filming at
We were
least.
just overworked.
We were exactly. It got to be too much. Like we were oversaturating the market. But then we just were like, all right, let's just try a podcast together. We sat down one Thursday and we're just like, let's come up with. We literally recorded just ourselves talking, and then like after we're like, well, we want to release it. Oh, well, we need a name. So we
Yeah.
were just talking about names. Oh, My Podcast was one of them. And then we kind of quickly became the Everyman guys because the idea.
The name wasn't that well thought out.
It wasn't.
That's just what
it wasn't.
is.
But it makes sense for what I like the name now. I've come to really like it. I liked it because I came up with it.
I like it a lot now, especially.
You guys like it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake's like, I don't get
Symbol's
it.
kind of cool too.
Yeah,
It looks cool.
That's all Will. And then it just went off, and we literally have not missed a week. And then we did two nights a week, and we have not missed a week. We have not missed a day because we love doing this.
Like Jim and you guys, imagine if UR2 was a part of the Everyman guys.
Yeah.
We would be done it. Like if we started it in January, we'd probably be done it right now.
Yeah. Because this is like 20 hours of content.
Because here's the deal. I have a YouTube channel. That's where Wake Up Call is currently.
Yeah.
But so we all do a group project, right?
Yeah.
And then I post it on my YouTube, and then that's where it lives for an eternity.
Yeah.
And then like what does that really do for it?
Right.
What does that really do? Nothing.
Exactly.
So now it just makes all the sense in the world. Like we wanted this to be more than just a podcast at some point anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes all the sense in the world to just funnel everything into here. And I don't know. I feel like if how easy it is to be consistent with this because we just thoroughly enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be way easier to be consistent because
Definitely.
it's something that we genuinely care about. Like right there. Camping trip. Okay. So we're going to go camping.
We don't even know what's going on.
Just so you guys know, we have yet to book a site.
Yeah. We're looking at May because we have a busy April.
Yeah.
We have a busy April.
I'm going camping twice.
Yeah.
In April. 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to a mountain house. Oh, I guess
Not in
just
April.
once. Guess just once. I'm going camping once into a mountain
15
house.
times.
Going camping once into a mountain
What mountain
house.
house?
I'm going with Paula and
When?
Are you going
Sam.
for Easter, Toby Hannah?
When? You didn't tell me.
next Friday, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You can't. Why? Because that's the Phillies game.
Oh, we'll be home Saturday. I think.
I hate these guys. It's
But,
literally the worst. I'm blindsided. Describe our camping trip last year.
Neat.
Cool.
Fun.
Where did we go? What did we do?
Smashed.
We had French,
just crammed.
French
think we
Creek
went
or
French
French
Creek.
Creek?
French
Stop.
Creek.
You guys debate that. You guys talk about it.
I don't it's just
I don't know. I say
I base
creek
it off
more
what
than
the other-
crick, but it's
like if he looks like a
prefer-
creek guy, I'll say creek. If he looks like a creek guy, I'll say creek.
That's a
Like,
fair
What we're
point.
talking about.
Is French Creek.
That's another one of our things.
just-
Guys. I just have to do it. I have to do as many as I can.
yeah. We went to French Creek and did
Describe the
a
weekend.
lot of walking around, just exploring.
Yeah, just walking.
walking around lakes.
They haven't
That was
said
like,
the
probably
word
the
fun
best
yet.
part.
It was
That's probably
so
the best
chill
part.
though.
Did you tell him
Yeah.
about that ride there, like the last 10
Yes,
minutes?
tell them.
Discuss
us.
it. Tell us.
We'll talk
What
about
happened?
it. We'll talk
Trev
about
was
it.
driving, right?
Yeah.
Trev, Jeff, and Will are all in the front seat.
Of a pickup.
Me, Will, and Ian in the back.
No, me, you, and Jim. in the
Yeah,
back.
me, Will.
We're smashed to start. All right, we're already crammed, and it's in this small
Literally
pickup.
smashed.
And they decide we need firewood. So we just pile it in the back seat, not even in the back of the truck, just all in the seat. It ended up needing to go in the front, so Trev was actually driving with firewood under his seat.
This is years ago, past the chargeable.
But the TV
Jim
has-
definitely didn't have his foot out the window at one point.
Definitely did not.
Yeah, there was
I had a TV in front of my legs the entire ride there. Like
yeah, this is a what, a 2 hour
hours.
drive?
It's also like one of those pickup truck half back
Yeah.
doors, so it's
Yeah.
like not a lot of leg room.
No, it was not much like
and
that.
then we
at all.
get there and it was the first or second night. It's just a downpour and windy as heck.
Yeah, it was the second
Yep.
night, I think. That was.
But dude, which I think we talked about it on the podcast, but when we had the TV, we had that lantern that looked like a
was
fireplace.
So sick.
well, yeah, but the
Dude,
downpour
you know
was
how we
scary
learned
because.
comedy?
Yeah.
Okay, well I got one.
Oh, okay.
We had the TV set up. We had the lamp that looked like a fireplace. My air mattress had a hole in it.
Yeah. How many holes? It had like 3 holes.
It did, and it was just
It was
like,
actually one.
oh my gosh! Remember, I was like pumping it up in the middle of the night. I'm like, dude, I'm literally just laying on the floor right now.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time. Well, I was on the very end, and it was downpouring, and like you guys, so we like felt you guys were with us. It was you, Jeff, and you guys. Yeah. And like we were like very paternal that weekend because you guys were young kids.
You guys were.
And Will's like, just check and make sure the canopy's all right. And it was like literally just gust. We thought we were gonna die.
Yeah.
And I just unzipped the I unzipped the tent a little bit. Look out, the canopy's like on its last 2 legs, like stiff. And I'm like, it's fine. We're good.
Like round 8 with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. We
not only that night that I pulled a tick off the back of my neck inside.
yeah.
But yeah, we're going again.
And Winston made so many appearances that week.
Winston.
But yeah, we're going again. Probably we'll do a podcast from there.
Yeah.
And
this
do
time,
a lot of skits and stuff.
Yeah.
And
This time it's
edits.
Chase, Jeff, Jake, and Ian. And Chase is another one of Will's nephews.
Yeah.
And Jeff is
helping
Ian
us with the baseball short film.
Yes. So they will be part of the
exciting.
skit. Also, Drew will probably be part of a skit.
Probably.
Involving baseball. We got you, buddy.
Shout out to Teach.
Yeah, teacher. Whenever we've brought up a teacher on this podcast, it's been Drew. So shout out to Drew.
Yeah,
so
this is kind of like a good send off for the folks that are watching.
send off for the folks.
Because this is
Plant your
Jim,
corn early.
Bring it in. We're gonna look right there
We're
at that
looking at the camera.
Guys, come in here.
This is the worst idea you've ever had. This is the worst.
No, this is the best.
You guys don't understand on camera how tedious this is that he just said.
Okay.
Okay.
Show you.
All right, you're talking to Mike.
Yeah.
You're talking to Mike.
So, Ian, show your shit.
Do you want me to look into the camera?
This is we're so happy that you guys
We're like
joined
a
us,
family.
and we're just it's just a lot.
This is the worst idea you've had. Because you don't know what you're saying.
Well, I do because the thing is that this episode.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not. Go sit down.
Oh, I'm so glad it was worth it. So glad it was worth it to do this. So we're cutting that out. So hard.
This isn't a normal episode. The next episode will be a normal
It's
episode.
going to be a topic. They're going to be on the next episode.
Yeah, and
Because it's
this
going to
is
be a
just
normal
kind of
topic.
like letting you know what the future holds.
Yes.
Episode 20 is a big episode for that reason.
When we said special, it just means mega, ultra, super special. Because this
Colossal.
is our launch point for the next chapter of our show. And I like that we keep calling it a show.
Yeah, we want you to be excited and have something new to look forward to.
Listen, if you're Jake and Ian's age, listen, when I go ranting about TikTok, we have people here that have
That
are
can
more
defend
that
it.
age that can defend it. When I rant about ripped jeans and how I don't understand them,
Right.
Will be the only one defend. I was kidding. These guys will be here to defend it. When we talk about our growing up in our generation, we have 2 people here who weren't even alive when the Phillies won the World Series, or at least they were very young, or when they don't even remember what the Flyers are in the playoffs in 2012. They don't even remember music, real music.
Yeah.
See this back and forth. So yeah, if you want to see Ian and Jake disapprove of our. Well, Ian, Jacob will disapprove of my
Opinion on everything.
Listen, we're not going to beg, but we will get down on our
But we
knees
will
and
plead.
ask strongly. I know, like, it is annoying when we don't do it at the beginning of the episode, so we're going to do it now. We do it at the end of our episodes because this is winding down, right? We're winding down. Unless you guys have like topics.
We're winding down.
We're winding down.
I feel like that's
but
what it is.
what I will say is, I'm going to say please Will.
I'll go with subscribe.
Jake.
Thumbs up.
That's okay. Jake's not going to be on next week.
I'm leaving.
Ian?
Should we say smash that bell for the Phillies?
Oh, the Phillies.
About the Phillies.
Listen, we're wearing
We'll talk
Phillies
about it
hats. They're not.
Next episode.
Next episode, we'll talk about the Phillies because opening day will have already.
I was just gonna say.
Yes.
It will happen.
It will have Thursday. So we'll record on Friday or Saturday morning, tentatively.
Yeah.
Right?
Should work.
Right?
Deal.
And then we'll agree and we'll talk about it. Opening day against the Texas Rangers against DeGrom. Because what we really mean to say, Will, I think you have it the best.
Well, see, the thing is that Jake and I were talking,
yeah.
right? And he had said to me earlier
Yeah.
about what I was going to say.
I agree.
Can you guess what that was without saying it?
Hold on.
Do you feel like you know?
I have no clue.
All right, well, I think because the thing is. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
You need the applause, Jim.
And we're out.